Welcome. So in the last lecture, we have discussed that any fact can be inferred just by using one rule, which is called as resolution. So now we'll be discussing more about resolution. That is basically how resolution, using resolution, how do we infer anything? And and related to resolution, there is a concept called conjunctive normal form. So we'll be discussing that also. Fine. So let us first start with some introduction. So whether it is in a conjunctive normal form or whether it is in resolution, we'll be using these terms. One is literal, the other one is clausual sentence, and the other one is clause. So we'll try to understand first of all what these things means. So first let us start with the literal. So literal is either an atomic sentence or a negation of an atomic sentence. So it is something like this: P or not P, where P is a sentence. Okay. So if P says that uh, Ramu is a good student, then not P says that Ramu is not a good student, something like that. Okay. So basically a literal is an atomic sentence. It's either an atomic sentence or a negation of a sentence. So it can be anything. So similarly it can be A and not A, or B and not B, so on and so forth. Right. And then what is a clausual sentence? A clausual sentence is either literal or a disjunction of literals. It allows only one operator. So all literals are clausual sentences, right? A clausual sentence is either a literal. So any literal is a clausual sentence. Apart from that, it also allows disjunction of literals. So for example, all these are clausual sentence. P not P, A not A, B not B, all these are clausual sentence. Apart from this, if you have something like this, A or B, right? P or Q, all these are also clausual sentence. So here we have P, not P or Q. This is also a clausual sentence. So basically a clausual sentence is either a literal or a disjunction of literals. And, and then what is a clause? A clause is the set of literals in a clausual sentence. So for example, if you take this is a clausual sentence, this is a clausual sentence, this is a clausual sentence, then in these clausual sentences, what are the set of literals? So from this clausual sentence, the set of literals is only P. From this clausual sentence, the set of literals is only not P. From this clausual sentence, the set of literals is only not P and Q. Say we have a clausual sentence A or B or not C. Then from this clausual sentence, the set of literals are A, B, and C. Right? So clausual sentence is a set of literals. Sorry, a clause. A clause is a set of literals from the clausual sentence. Right? The set of literals in a clausual sentence is called as clause. Right? So previously we said that the resolution rule applies to using resolution we can infer anything, but there is one catch in this. The resolution rule applies only to clauses. So this is important. The resolution rule applies only to clauses. Now what is a clause? Go back here. A clause is nothing but a set of literals in a clausal sentence. And what is a clausal sentence? A clausal sentence is either a literal or a disjunction of literals. So resolution is applicable only to clauses, right? So this is a key point. So now there is a question: when resolution is applicable only to clauses, how resolution will lead to complete inference procedure for all propositional logic? So we claimed that using resolution we can infer anything. That is, resolution is a complete inference procedure. But now there is a rule that resolution is applicable only to clauses. That is, clauses are nothing but literals that are used in the clausal sentence. And clausal sentence includes only disjunction. or. That is, it does not include other things like and, implies, and bidirectional. All these things will not be there in a clausal sentence. Okay. And whatever the literals which are only available in a clausal sentence, only those literals will be considered for a conjunctive normal form. When that is the case, how do we claim that resolution lead to complete inference procedure for propositional logic? That is the question. So the answer for the question is, before applying resolution, we should convert the sentences to conjunction of clauses, right? Before applying resolution, we should convert the sentence to conjunction of clauses. Whatever may be the sentence format originally, the sentence may include conjunction or implication or bidirectional, but before applying the resolution, every sentence of the propositional logic should be converted to conjunction of clauses, right? And what is a conjunction of clauses? A sentence expressed in conjunction of clauses is said to be conjunctive normal form. A sentence that is in conjunction of clauses is called as conjunctive normal form. Conjunctive normal form is otherwise called as product of sum. Okay. So if you want, I'll give an example. So conjunctive, so it is something like this. For example, A or B and C or D and E or F. This is a conjunctive normal form. So here, so that we call it as product of sum. So you can consider R as sum. This is sum, this is sum, this is sum, whereas this is product. Okay. So the sentence should be strictly in this format. Now it is in conjunctive normal form, right? Now you take each of this. Now this is what this A or B alone. If you take this, this A or B alone, if you take, it is a clausal sentence. This is a clausal sentence. This C or D is a clausal sentence. E or F is a clausal sentence. Okay. So in this conjunctive normal form, there are three clausal sentences are there. A or B is a clausal sentence. C or D is a clausal sentence, and E or F is a clausal sentence. Now from this, we can identify the clauses. So the clauses of this sentence is A comma B. The clauses of this sentence is C comma D. And the clauses, the clause of this sentence is A comma B. That is the literals. And the clause of this sentence is C comma D. That is the literals. And the clause of this sentence is E comma F. Right? So the point is, before applying resolution, the sentence should be converted to conjunction of clauses, or it should be converted to conjunctive normal form. Conjunctive normal form is otherwise called as product of sum. So any sentence can be converted to conjunctive normal form, right? Any sentence can be converted to conjunctive normal form. After converting to conjunctive normal form, now we can apply resolution. So that's the whole concept. So as we can convert any sentence to conjunctive normal form, and if the sentence is in conjunctive normal form, we can apply resolution. Hence, any sentence can be inferred using resolution. Okay. Fine. So let us discuss one example for converting a sentence to conjunctive normal form. Let us consider this sentence. B11 implies, sorry, B11 bidirectional. B11 bidirectional, pit in 1 comma 2 or 2 comma 1. Now this sentence, it includes bidirection. So before applying resolution, it should be in conjunctive normal form. So first what we are going to do is, first we are going to remove this bidirection. So when you remove this bidirection, it will become like this. B11 implies P12 or P21, and P12 or P21 implies B11. Okay, like this it will be converted. But now this sentence also includes implies. Now we have to remove the implies. So when you remove the implies, this sentence will be converted into not P1 or P12 or P21. Okay, and not P12 or P21 or B11. Right, like this it will be converted. Now this is apply De Morgan's law. When you apply this, is everything, all the three are connected using OR. So just we can join not B11 or P12 or P21. Okay, fine. Here the not is there. When you move this not inside, actually this will become and. So when you move this not inside, it will become not P12 and not P21. Okay, so it is not of P12 or P21. When you move it inside, it will become not P12 and not P21. We'll keep this bracket as it is, or B11, right? Fine. Still, it is not in conjunctive normal form. Okay, it should be in product of sum. This is product. This part is okay, but here this left side part is okay, but here there is one and is there. So this is not B11 or P12 or P21, and now distribute this B11 over here, or this further we can, for our understanding, we can represent like this. This is B11 or not P12 and not P21, right? Okay, not B11 or P12 or P21 and, right? Now distribute this B11 over this, right? So distribution of disjunction over conjunction. So B11 or not P12, okay, and so in between we have and B11 or not P21. Now you see, now it is in conjunctive normal form. Here everything is or, here everything is or, here everything is or, and they are connected using and. Right? So that is what here you got. So both are same, right? Not B11 or P12 or P21. It's not B11 or, yeah, no, B11 or not P12, B11 or not P21, right? So like this, basically we can convert any sentence to conjunctive normal form. After converting to conjunctive normal form, we can apply resolution. So you know how to apply resolution. So if there is a set of literals like this, okay, basically yeah, this is a clause. A clause is a set of literals, right? So if there is a clause like this, and if there is another clause like this, so basically, so the first clause is theta 1, theta 2. There is one, some xi is here, right, up to theta m, whereas the second clause is chi 1, chi 2 up to chi n. There is one negation of x1 is here. So here we have x1, here we have negation of x1. Then these two things will be cancelled out. So the resultant one will be what? Resultant one will be everything here from the first clause other than this x1, and everything from the second clause other than this negation of x1. So that will be the resultant thing. So here are some example. If the first clause is PQ and the second clause is not Q or, then the resultant clause will be P and or. If the first clause is negation P comma Q, the second clause is P and Q. Okay, then here there is a negation P. This will be cancelled out. So the resultant is actually Q and Q, Q comma Q. But when both the literals are same, it can be represented as only one literal. So the result is Q. Okay. When one clause is PQR and the other clause is negation of P, the resultant will be QR. When one clause is P and the other clause is negation of P, the resultant will be empty set. See, this is interesting. When one clause is P and the other clause is Q, sorry, when one class is PQ and the other class is negation P, negation Q, now you have to apply only any one rule. You should not apply both. If you apply negation P, if you apply negation P, this P will be cancelled. So you'll have Q and negation Q. Okay. If you apply negation Q, then this Q, this negation Q and Q will be cancelled. Then you have P and not P. But you cannot apply both and you cannot make it as an empty set. That is not, this is wrong. Okay. At one go, you cannot do like this. PQ, this is not acceptable, right? Any one only you can apply. Right? Okay. Now let us discuss one example using resolution algorithm. So the inference procedure based on resolution, they actually work by using a principle called proof by contradiction. So basically all resolution algorithm, so far we have only understood the principle of resolution, how resolution works. We have not discussed any example. So using resolution, how will you prove something or how will you disprove something? So basically resolution uses a principle called proof by contradiction. So what does that mean? So proof by contradiction means that if we want to prove that KB entails alpha, then we prove that by uh, by showing that KB and not alpha is unsatisfiable. KB and not alpha is unsatisfiable, right? Because here KB entails alpha means what? Wherever KB is true, alpha is also true. That is what it says. Okay. So 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 here we are going to prove that proof by contradiction means whenever KB entails alpha is true, we will prove that by proving that KB and not alpha is unsatisfiable. Okay, because KB and alpha is satisfiable, so KB and not alpha is unsatisfiable. By that we will prove. So this is called as proof by contradiction. So let us take one example. When the agent is in 1,1, there is no breeze. So there can be no pits in the neighboring squares. So this is with our Umpus world problem. When the agent is in 1,1, there is no breeze. So there is no pit in the neighboring squares. And the relevant knowledge base can be represented like this. For this rule alone, the knowledge base can be represented like this. KB equal to R2. So R2 is if there is breeze in 1,1, that is what rule 2 is. And R4 is then there will be pit in 1,2 or 2,1. So basically this is what does it represents? If there is breeze in 1,1, then bidirectional pit in 1,2 or 2,1. Okay, so this is a generic rule. But there is a fact given. What is the fact given? There is no breeze in 1,1. So it is given there is no breeze in 1,1, right? So it is given in the question there is no breeze in 1,1, and this is the knowledge we have. That is, if there is breeze, there is pit. Okay. Now we should prove that there is no pit in any one of the cell, either in 1,2 or 2,1. So let us take 1,2. Let us take that 1,2, right? We have to prove that there is no pit in 1,2. But how resolution works? But how resolution works? Uh, it it will work by uh, through contradiction. Okay. So if you want to, so uh, alpha is what? There is no pit in 1,2. That is alpha, right? Because what is our KB? Our KB is if there is breeze in 1,1, there is no pit in 1,2 or 2,1, and there is no breeze in 1,1. As there is no breeze in 1,1, there is no pit in 1,2, right? Okay. But resolution works through the contradiction. So what is contradiction? KB and not alpha we should prove. So we should try to prove KB and not alpha. So what is not alpha? Alpha is no pit in 1,2. So what is, sorry, no, alpha is not pit in 1,2. So what is not alpha? Not alpha is pit in 1,2. There is pit in 1,2. Okay. Now what is KB? KB is this. Again, KB is not in, first we should convert KB to conjective normal form. So let me write KB here. Let me remove this. I'll write here. So not alpha is what? P1 comma 2. Okay. What is KB? Breeze in 1 comma 1 implies pit in 1 comma 2 or pit in 2 comma 1, right? But we know that there is no breeze in 1 comma 1. Okay. So this is what KB is. Now first we should convert this into conjective normal form. So first we have to remove this bidirection. When you remove this bidirection, it becomes B11 implies P12 or P21. Okay, and P12 or P21 implies B11 and not B11. Okay, fine. So now here, this for this part, again implication should be removed. So when you remove implication, it becomes not B11, not B11 or P12 or P21. Okay, and when you remove implication here, it becomes not P12 or P21 or B11 and not B11. Okay, so this is not B11 or P12 or P21. Now, so this not, when it get inside, it becomes and. So it becomes P, not P12 and not P21 or B11 and not B11. Okay, so not B11 or P12 or P21 and, so B11 should be distributed. So this is again distribution of disjunction over conjunction. So it becomes B11 or not P12 and B11 or not P21 and not B11, right? Now this is in conjunctive normal form. Now this sentence is in conjunctive normal form. Here all are, here all are, here all are, here, and in between we have and. Okay. Now these are, now we can identify our literals. So now we can identify our class. Class is nothing but the set of literals, right? So what is the class here? Not B11, P12 and P21. So that is what this one we got. Okay. And what is the class here? B11 and not P12. B11 or not P12. This is what we got. Okay. And B11 or not P21. Where is that? B11 or not P21. Okay. And not B11. Right? Okay. Now we have one more thing. So what we want to prove? So this is only for KB. But what we want to prove? We want to prove that KB, we want to prove KB and not alpha is true. Right? So this KB, this is KB we have converted to conjunctive normal form. Right? Similarly, what is not alpha? Not alpha, alpha is what you call? Alpha is P1, alpha is not P12. So not alpha is P12. So that also we take here. Okay, not alpha is P12, right? Okay, so now we can apply the resolution rule. Okay, so here, for example, so how we can apply resolution? See, say for example, we can apply resolution. There are different ways of applying resolution. So this diagram also shows a resolution, but we can derive by ourselves. Say you can apply resolution between this and this. When you apply resolution between this and this, what will you happen? What will happen? Here you have not P12. Okay, here you have P12. So that two things will get cancelled. That two things will get cancelled. Okay. So what you will get? You will get not B11 or P21. Okay. Or P21. So this P12 will be, I mean, this not P12 will be cancelled. Okay. Or B11. Okay. So this is what you will be getting. So that is what this one, not B11, P12 or B11, right? Similarly, when you apply resolution between this and this, when you apply resolution between this and this, see, actually these symbols are not required. These or and are not required in resolution. We will not have thing. Actually, we'll have only the set. Okay, so let us not, don't get confused with this. So basically, these symbols are not required. Okay, fine. So similarly, when you apply resolution between this and this, what you will get? Here we have uh, here you have B11, here you have not B11. Okay, so this not B11 and B11 will be cancelled. So you'll have P12 and P21. P21 is repeated, so you'll have basically P12 or P21. P12 or P21 or not P21. Okay, this is not P21 or not P21. Okay, so that is what this one, right? So on and so forth. Similarly, when you apply resolution between this and this, what you will get? You will get P12 or P21, right? You will get P12 or P21. So that can be separately also can be written. Okay. So when you apply resolution between not B11, this for this and this you cannot apply resolution because this is also not, this is also not. So that is not possible. Okay, that is not possible. Uh, so so what we can do is, now we'll go to the next one. So when you apply resolution between this and this, when you apply resolution between this and this, this is also not possible because there is no negated things. You can apply resolution between this and this. When you apply resolution between this and this, you will get P12, not P12. So that is how you got this not P12. Similarly, you can apply resolution between this and this. When you apply resolution between this and this, you will get not P21. Okay, right? So we have missed out one thing. So we should apply resolution between this and it is not P2 comma 1 and B1 comma 1 and this one. Okay, so when you apply resolution between this and this, yeah, we got this. We have to apply resolution between this and this. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So basically, you have to apply resolution between every possible thing. So you can refer this diagram. So when you apply resolution between this and this, right? So what we are getting here, this here the common thing is not P21 and P12. This both the things got cancelled. So you got not B11, B11 uh, uh, and P12. Sorry, this and this got cancelled. So P12 is available here. I'm sorry. Okay. So that is how this we got. Similarly, when you apply resolution between this and this, okay, here when you apply, which will be cancelled? When you apply resolution between this and so when you apply so this and this, it's same, right? Huh. See here, actually we can apply resolution in two ways. See here, actually we are applying resolution with P21, but at the same time, these two things can also be applied resolution with not B11. Okay. So when you apply resolution with using not B11, these two things will get cancelled. So as a result, we will get this P12, P21 and not P21. Okay. This is what we have missed out in the previous case, right? Fine, but that's not an issue. Finally, what we are trying to say in the sense at one point you got not P12, but there is something called P12. So these two things it contradicts. So which result in a null set. Okay. So by this, so once you reach the null set, you cannot continue further. Once you reach the null set, we cannot continue further. So we say that this is not satisfiable. So we are try resolution when you try to prove something by resolution, it is actually a proof by contradiction. What is our contradiction? We have to prove that KB and not alpha is unsatisfiable. Now, as it ends with a null set, uh, it becomes unsatisfiable, right? So that's the whole concept. So here are some more examples. So, so actually, this or things should not need not be considered, right? Because once you convert it to class, there are no conjunction or disjunction there. Say, for example, for a given class, not P or not Q or PQ, we want to derive the conclusion or. So these are given premise, not P or not Q or PQ. So now first we combine, now first we apply the resolution rule between 1 and 3, between this and this. When you apply resolution between this and this negation P and P get cancelled. So you get Q comma R, right? This is the fourth one. Now when you apply the resolution between 2 and 4, again here Q and negation Q get cancelled and you get OR. So now we have proved that OR, right? Similarly, here is another example. Say these are our classes PQ, P not Q, not PQ, and not P not Q. So we have to prove that there is no truth assignment that satisfies all four of these classes. Okay. We should prove that there is no truth assignment. There is you apply any value for P and Q. But when you draw a truth table, finally you should get 1 1 for all these things PQ, P not Q, not PQ. That is not possible. That's what it says. Okay. So basically all these are coming from where? So this is something like P or Q. This is something like P or not Q. This is something like not P or Q. This is something like not P or not Q. Okay. So it should be so basically it is a or. From that only we have derived, we are writing this as a clause, right? Previously in the previous step, uh, it is of this form, right? It is of this the classful form. That's what classful sentence, right? So that classful sentence only we are representing it as a class. Okay. So what we are, the question is what, in the sense you apply any value for PQ and finally there will not be any particular combination of value for P and Q for which you will get one for all P or Q, P or not Q, not P or Q, and not P or not Q. That is not possible. That is what we have to prove. Okay, fine. So these are the premise PQ, P not Q, not PQ, not P not Q. Okay. So when you apply the rule resolution between 1 and 2, Q and not Q get cancelled. So it will be P and P. So which can be written as just P. Similarly, when you apply the resolution between 3 and 4, when you apply the resolution, you get not Q and Q will get cancelled. So you'll get not P, which is nothing but not P. Now, when you apply the resolution between 5 and 6, it is P and not P, which will result in null set.